Galaxy Empire
Initiate
was the most
formation
powerful
Delta and
force
prepare
the
for
universe had
hyperspace
ever known.
calculations.
For
We need to
thousands of
navigate
years,
through this
it
nebula
ruled
safely.
star systems without challenge. Its fleets burned planets. Its soldiers crushed civilizations. When the Empire declared war, entire species surrendered before the first shot was fired. Fear followed its name everywhere. The Empire believed fear was enough. So when the High Council decided to declare war on a small, distant species called humans, no one questioned it. Humanity was new. Humanity was quiet. Humanity stayed alone. That alone made them suspicious. From the Black Throne Room of the Empire, the Supreme Emperor rose from his seat. His body was tall, armored, and glowing with symbols of conquest. Around him, massive holograms showed burning worlds, proof of past victories. The Emperor spoke with absolute confidence. Transmit the declaration. The order echoed through the chamber. Galaxy-wide broadcast began. The declaration, the message, was powerful and terrifying. It spoke of destruction. It spoke of surrender. It promised extinction if humanity resisted. The Empire's voice filled the stars. To the species known as humans, your systems now belong to the Galaxy Empire. Lower your defenses, offer tribute, or be erased. The message was sent to every human channel, military channels, civil networks, public broadcasts. The Empire waited. In the past, this moment always brought panic. Entire worlds screamed, governments collapsed, leaders begged for mercy. The Emperor smiled, already imagining Earth in flames. Earth 1 hour later, the message arrived on Earth. It appeared on screens across the planet. In a busy city, people stopped for a moment to watch. A man looked at the screen while holding coffee. He read the message, then he shrugged. Aliens again, he muttered. In a small apartment, a woman paused her work. She watched the broadcast. She sighed. Is this real or another warning test? In a military base, officers stood in a control room. The message played on a large screen. No one shouted, no one ran, no alarm screamed. A young officer looked nervous. Sir, should we do something? The senior commander did not even look up. He took a slow sip of coffee. Forward it to analysis, he said calmly. And tell command we got another one. Another one? The officer asked. The commander nodded. Yes, another war declaration. No panic, no fear. News stations reported the message, but the tone was strange. No screaming headlines, no emergency music. One news anchor looked tired. Earlier today, she said, a group calling itself the Galaxy Empire sent a hostile message to Earth. Officials say there is no immediate danger. She paused. And now the weather. Across Earth, life continued. Trains moved. Cities glowed. People argued about sports, work, and daily problems. Humanity did not care. Back at the Empire, the Emperor watched Earth closely. He expected chaos, but Earth remained calm. No mass evacuations, no defense fleets launched, no desperate messages. The Emperor's smile slowly faded. This is impossible, he growled. A general stepped forward. Perhaps they do not understand the message, my Emperor. The Emperor's eyes narrowed. Send it again. Louder. The declaration was sent a second time, stronger, more threatening. Still nothing. Hours passed. Earth stayed silent. The confusion grows. The Empire's analysts began to worry. This species shows no fear, one advisor said. They have not responded at all. The Emperor slammed his fist on the armrest. No species ignores us, he said. They must be hiding weakness. He stood tall. Prepare the fleets. At that moment, excitement returned to the Empire's halls. War was coming. Earth, the hidden meeting deep beneath the surface of Earth, far from public eyes, a quiet meeting took place. A round table, dim lights, calm faces. Human leaders from many nations sat together. No shouting, no anger. A large screen showed the alien message. An old general leaned back in his chair. So, he said, they finally said it out loud. A woman in a dark uniform crossed her arms. Took them long enough. A younger commander asked, do we respond? The room was silent for a moment, then the general smiled. No, he said, not yet. Why, humanity was calm. Humanity had learned a long time ago. They learned that fear attracts enemies. They learned that noise invites danger. While the galaxy expanded loudly, humanity worked quietly. They explored deep space alone. They fought their own wars. They survived disasters no one else saw, and they prepared, not for one enemy, but for all of them. A simple order. The general pressed a button on the table. Status, he asked. A voice replied calmly. All systems ready, fleet standing by, defense networks active. Another voice added, no civilian panic, media under control. The general nodded. Good, he said. Let them come. Back to the Empire. Confidence returns. The Galaxy Empire launched its fleets. Millions of ships moved through space like a storm. Other alien species watched in silence. They believed humanity was finished. One observer whispered, the humans did not even fight back. Another replied, they never stood a chance. The Emperor stood proudly as his armada moved forward. Record everything, he ordered. The galaxy will witness their end. The first strange sign as the fleets approached human space, scanners activated. Suddenly an officer froze. "My Emperor, something is wrong." The Emperor turned slowly. "What is it?" The officer swallowed. "Are no defenses. No fleets," another added. "No stations, no weapons." The human border was empty. The Emperor laughed. "They are afraid," he said. "They hide." But deep inside something felt wrong, too quiet, too empty. Earth calm before the storm on Earth, the sky was peaceful, children played, cities slept. Far above, hidden beyond sight, something massive waited, silent, dark, ready. A young officer in the underground command center stared at his screen. "Sir," he said quietly, "the Empire fleets have crossed the line." The general nodded. "Good," he replied. He stood up. "Let them enter." End of Part 1. The hook. Far across the stars, the galaxy empire moved forward, confident and blind. They believed humanity was weak. They believed silence meant fear. They were wrong, very wrong, and as their fleets crossed deeper into human space, something watched them. Waiting, the galaxy empire fleets moved forward with confidence. Millions of ships crossed the edge of human space. Their engines burned bright, lighting the dark like artificial stars. From command decks, alien admirals watched the empty space ahead. No resistance, no warnings, no movement. "This is too easy," one commander said. Another laughed. "The humans hide like insects." The Empire believed silence meant weakness. They had never been more wrong. The watching eyes deep inside the Empire's flagship, the Supreme Emperor observed everything. A massive hologram showed human space, quiet, dark, empty. "Scan again," the Emperor ordered. The scanner swept entire star systems, still nothing. No defense platforms, an officer reported. No fleets, no energy signatures. The Emperor folded his arms. "They have abandoned their space," he said. "Fear has broken them." Around him, generals nodded. The Empire pushed deeper. The galaxy watches across the galaxy. Other species watched the invasion. And he felt pity. "The humans did not even fight," one alien whispered. "They stayed alone too long," another replied. Some felt relief. "If the Empire destroys humanity," one council member said, "maybe it will leave us alone." No one noticed the pattern. Human systems were empty but untouched. No damaged stations, no destroyed cities, just silence. Earth. Quiet preparation on Earth. Far beneath the surface, the human command center remained calm. Screens showed Empire fleets moving closer. Red icons filled the map. A young officer swallowed hard. "That is a lot of ships." An older admiral smiled slightly. "Yes," he said, "it always is." Another officer asked, "Do we activate public defenses?" The admiral shook his head. "No need," he replied, "not yet." The room was filled with quiet confidence. Humanity was not rushing. Humanity was waiting. A lesson humanity learned long ago. Humans learned something important. The loudest threat is not the most dangerous. The fastest attack is not the deadliest. Patience wins wars. While other species showed power, humans hid it. While others built empires, humans built plans. Plans inside plans. First contact. Almost the Empire's front fleet entered a human star system. A yellow star, several planets, silent orbits. "This system is valuable," an admiral said. "Prepare for occupation." Suddenly, a sensor officer froze. "Admiral, I am detecting something." "What is it?" the admiral asked. The officer frowned. Background noise changing. The readings were strange, not energy spikes, not weapons, just movement. Then it stopped. The admiral waved it away. "Sensor error," he said. "Proceed." Earth. The small signal in the human command center. A small light blinked. A technician looked up. They crossed the first marker. The admiral nodded. "Phase 1 complete," he said. The technician hesitated. "Sir, should we warn them?" The admiral's eyes stayed on the screen. "No," he said calmly. "They came to teach us fear." He paused. "Let them learn instead." The Empire grows uneasy. As the Empire moved deeper, small problems appeared. Communication delays, navigation errors, sensor glitches, nothing serious but enough to cause irritation. One general spoke carefully. "My Emperor, our fleets are experiencing minor issues." Emperor frowned. "Explain." "We cannot maintain perfect formation," the general said. "It is as if space itself resists us." The Emperor scoffed. "Excuses," he said. "Advance." The first vanishing. Then it happened. One Empire scout ship disappeared. No explosion, no signal, no debris, just gone. "Report," an admiral demanded. "Scout 7 is offline," an officer said. "No trace." The admiral frowned. "Launch another." The second scout entered the same area, then vanished. Silence filled the bridge. "The first fear. This is impossible," the admiral whispered. "Check weapons fire," another officer said. "Check mines, check everything." There was nothing, no attack, no enemy, only absence. The admiral sent a message to the Emperor. The Emperor's doubt. The Emperor read the report in silence. "2 ships missing," he said slowly. "Yes, my Emperor." The Emperor's claws tightened. "Humans did this." "We cannot confirm," the officer replied. The Emperor stood up. "No species hides power this well," he said. Unless they planned for this. For the first time, doubt entered his mind. Earthcom response in the human command center. The report arrived. A small screen showed enemy scouts neutralized, no detection. A young officer looked impressed. That was clean. The admiral nodded. That was automatic, he said. No one even pressed a button. The officer blinked. Automatic. Yes, the admiral replied. Our boarders think for themselves. A silent trap. The Empire moved forward again. They refused to slow down. Pride pushed them. They entered another system, then another. More scouts vanished. Then a small patrol fleet disappeared. Still no explosion, still no battle, just silence. Fear spread quietly through Empire ranks. The galaxy begins to whisper. Observers noticed. Empire ships are disappearing, one alien analyst said. How? Another asked. There's no battle footage. Rumors spread. Human space eats ships. Humans use forbidden technology. No, one old species said softly. They prepared. The Empire panics. An admiral finally shouted, stop the advance. But it was too late. Entire formations lost contact. Command chains broke. The Emperor slammed his fist on the table. Reveal yourselves, he roared at the empty stars. Fight us. There was no answer. Earth. The line is crossed in the command center. Alarms finally sounded. Not danger alarms, confirmation alarms. The admiral stood. They reached the inner line, he said. A woman beside him asked, is it time? The admiral's smile faded. Yes, he said, now we speak. Humanity's first message. A signal left Earth. It did not threaten, it did not shout. It was calm, clear, short. You have entered restricted space. Turn back. This is your final warning. The message reached every Empire ship. The Emperor stared at it. This is all, he asked. No threats, no fear, just certainty. End of Part 2. The cliffhanger. The Empire fleets froze. Some commanders wanted to retreat, others wanted to attack. The Emperor raised his hand. We do not retreat, he said. We destroy them. He looked into the darkness of human space. Prepare all weapons, he commanded. Far away, unseen, human fleets awakened. Silent engines, dark hulls. Humanity was done waiting. The warning reached every ship of the Galaxy Empire. It was not loud. It was not angry. It did not threaten. It was calm. That calm scared them more than any weapon. Confusion in the Empire fleets. Alien commanders stared at their screens. That is all, one asked. No countdown, no list of demands, no show of power, just a simple message. Some officers laughed nervously. They are bluffing, one said. No species speaks like this to us. But others were silent. Too many ships had already disappeared. The Emperor's anger on the Empire flagship. The Supreme Emperor crushed the armrest with his claws. They dare warn us, he growled. A general stepped forward carefully. My Emperor, we have lost contact with 6 fleets. The Emperor turned slowly. Lost, he repeated. Yes, the general replied. No debris, no signals, no survivors. The room grew quiet. The Emperor looked back at the message, turned back. Final warning. For the first time in his long reign, he felt something unfamiliar. Uncertainty. Earth. A story long hidden deep under Earth. The human command center changed screens. The invasion map faded. A new display appeared. Old images, old dates. A young officer looked confused. Sir, what is this? The admiral spoke calmly. This, he said, is why we are not afraid. Humanity's first lesson. Long before the galaxy noticed humans, humanity noticed the galaxy. Human scientists detected alien signals centuries ago. Weak signals, distant wars. Human leaders realized something important. They were not alone and they were not safe. But instead of shouting into the stars, humanity went quiet. While the galaxy expanded, other species rushed outward. They built empires, they fought wars, they showed power. Humans stayed home, they argued, they struggled. They almost destroyed themselves many times, but they learned. Every war taught them caution. Every disaster taught them preparation. Earth survived itself. Humanity fought world wars. Millions died. Cities burned. Humanity survived. They faced plagues. The world shut down. Fear spread. Humanity survived. They faced climate collapse, artificial intelligence, internal division. Each time they stood at the edge. Each time they stepped back. Slowly. Painfully. But they learned how fragile life was and how valuable preparation could be. The silent decision. When humans finally confirmed alien empires existed, a global meeting happened. Not public, not dramatic, quiet. One question was asked: what if they come for us? The answer was simple: then we must be ready. Humanity's different path. Humans did not build one giant fleet. They built layers. They did not rely on one weapon. They built systems. Invisible systems. Defense that did not sleep. Weapons that did not need commands. Borders that thought. Space that watched back. Human space was not empty. It was aware. Every star system was filled with sensors hidden inside asteroids, dust clouds, even space itself. Not active, waiting. When Empire ships entered human space, the systems woke up. They did not attack loudly. They erased quietly. Back to the Empire, searching for answers. The Emperor demanded explanations. How can ships vanish? He roared. An old scientist stepped forward. My Emperor, this is not destruction. The Emperor turned. Explain. The scientist swallowed. They are removing ships from reality, he said softly. The room froze. Removing? The Emperor asked. Yes, the scientist replied, not exploding, not damaging, relocating them or erasing them completely. Fear spread across the chamber. Humanity's philosophy in the human command center, the Admiral continued. Humans learn something simple, he said. When you fight loudly, everyone learns how you fight. When you fight quietly, no one learns anything. The officers listened closely. We did not want enemies, the Admiral continued, but we prepared for them anyway. The Empire tries to strike back. The Emperor ordered a full weapons test. Fire on the nearest human system, he commanded. Energy beams tore through space. They hit nothing. The beams vanished. Weapons failed. Target locks broke. It is like space refuses us, an officer whispered. The galaxy begins to understand. Across the galaxy, observers change their tone. This is not weakness, one elder said. This is restraint. Another whispered, humans are not afraid because they already won. Earth, the final line, explained. The Admiral pointed at a glowing boundary. This is the inner line, he said. Everything before it is warning. Everything after it, he paused, is removal. A young officer felt a chill. Total removal, he asked. The Admiral nodded. No battles, no survivors, no stories. That is why we warned them. The Emperor's last chance. The Emperor received new data. More fleets lost. His empire, once unstoppable, was bleeding without seeing the enemy. For the first time, advisors spoke freely. My Emperor, we should retreat. The Emperor stared at the stars. Retreat. The word tasted bitter. Humanity's calm confidence on Earth. Civilians still lived normal lives. They did not know details. They did not need to. Human leaders trusted their preparation. War was not panic. War was process. A private thought. The Emperor stood alone. He replayed the message again. Turn back. Final warning. He realized something too late. The humans were not threatening war. They were offering mercy. End of Part 3. The turning point. The Emperor raised his hand. Prepare all remaining fleets, he said. If we are to fall, we fall fighting. Far away, human fleets powered up fully. Not in anger, not in fear, but with purpose. Humanity had waited long enough. The Galaxy Empire made its final choice. They did not turn back. They prepared for full war. The Empire's last stand across human space. The remaining Empire fleets regrouped. Massive ships formed long battle lines. Planet killers powered up. Weapons glowed with deadly energy. Alien commanders tried to hide their fear. This is the largest force ever gathered, one admiral said. No species can stand against this. They needed to believe it. They needed courage. The Emperor's speech. The Supreme Emperor appeared on every Empire screen. His voice was strong, but his eyes showed tension. Today, he declared, we remind the galaxy who rules the stars. This human silence is a trick. We will break it. Cheers followed, but they were weaker than before. Earth, a simple command. Deep beneath Earth, the human command center was quiet. No speeches, no shouting. The Admiral looked at the main display. Empire fleets filled the screen. He spoke one sentence. Wake them up. Something ancient stirred across human space. Something responded. Not one fleet, not 2,000. Hidden hangars opened inside asteroids. Dark ships slid out from empty space. Massive shapes unfolded from planetary shadows. They did not shine. They did not glow. They absorbed light. The first sight, an Empire sensor officer screamed. Contact. The battle map exploded with signals. Human ships, thousands of them, no millions. Alien admirals stared in horror. The space that was empty seconds ago was now filled. Human ships surrounded them, above, below, behind, every direction. A different kind of fleet. Human ships were not beautiful. They were practical, dark metal, sharp edges. No symbols of pride, just purpose. Some ships were larger than Empire flagships. Others were small, fast, silent. Every one of them moved with perfect coordination. The Emperor seized the truth on the Empire flagship. The Emperor stood frozen. So this is humanity, he whispered. The scale was impossible. How did we miss this? He demanded. An advisor answered softly. They hid, he said, on purpose. Humanity speaks again. A new human message reached every ship. Calm, clear. This is your final chance. Stand down, power off weapons. You will be escorted out. No threat, just certainty. Some alien commanders obeyed immediately. Others hesitated. The Emperor raised his hand. Fire. The first battle. Empire weapons unleashed everything. Energy beams, missiles, planet-breaking cannons. The galaxy watched. The human fleet did not dodge. They did not rush. They absorbed. Space bent. Weapons vanished. Attacks simply ended. Empire weapons hit nothing. Humanity answers. Human ships moved. Not fast, not slow, precise. A single human cruiser fired a silent pulse. An entire Empire battle group shut down. No explosion, no fire. Ships went dark, dead in space. Panic spreads. What is happening? An alien captain screamed. Our systems are offline. Another shouted, we cannot move. Human ships passed them without stopping. They were not targets, they were irrelevant. The meaning of HFY this was not revenge, this was control. Humanity was not fighting to prove strength, they were ending a problem. The Emperor's fleet collapses, flagships fell one by one. Command ships lost control. Empire formations broke apart, some tried to flee. Human ships blocked every path, silently, perfectly. The Emperor breaks, the Supreme Emperor fell back into his throne. This is impossible, he whispered. A general looked at him with fear. My Emperor, they outnumber us. Oh, the Emperor said slowly, they outplanned us. Humanity's greatest weapon, a human officer explained quietly. They are not using their strongest weapons, he said. Another officer frowned. Then what is this? The Admiral answered, restraint. The last order. The Emperor stood again. Prepare the core weapon, he ordered. Silence filled the room. My Emperor, an advisor said, that will destroy the system. Do it, the Emperor shouted. If we fall, we take them with us. A line is crossed. Human sensors detected the charge. The Admiral's expression hardened. So, he said quietly, they chose extinction. He pressed a single control, remove the flagship. No battle, no drama. The Empire flagship vanished. No explosion, no debris. One moment it existed. The next moment it did not. The Emperor was gone just like that. The war ends across human space. Empire ships powered down. Weapons shut off. Commanders surrendered. The galaxy watched in shock. The war ended not with fire but with silence. Earth aftermath. In the command center, officers exhaled. A young one asked, is it over? The Admiral nodded. Yes, he said. It ended the moment they ignored the warning. The galaxy learns across the stars, species whispered. Humans are not conquerors. They are not monsters. They are worse. They are prepared. End of Part 4. The final setup. Human fleets turned back. The Empire lay broken, but the galaxy was watching now. And humanity knew Part 5 would not be about war, it would be about choice. The war was over, but the galaxy was not calm. Silence after the storm across human space. The stars were quiet again. Empire ships floated powerless. Weapons shut down. Commanders waited for orders that never came. The Supreme Emperor was gone, and with him, the certainty of the old galaxy. Other species watched in disbelief. They expected destruction. They expected conquest. Instead, they saw something far more frightening. Control. Earth. No celebration on Earth. There were no parades, no victory speeches, no loud announcements. Cities stayed normal. People went to work. Children went to school. Most humans never even knew how close the galaxy came to war. In the underground command center, officers stood quietly. A young officer finally asked, so, what happens now? The Admiral looked at the stars. Now, he said, we talk. The galaxy waits. Alien governments panicked. Emergency councils formed. For the first time in galactic history, the galaxy empire was silent, broken, defeated without being destroyed. One elder species spoke carefully. We must contact the humans. Others argued, what if they attack us next? A quiet voice replied, they already could have. The room fell silent. Humanity's message to the stars, a signal left Earth. Not just to one species, to all. Every star system received it. The message was not threatening, it was not proud, it was honest. We did not seek this war, we warned you, we defended ourselves. We do not want your worlds, we do not want your empire. We want distance and peace. Respect our space and we will respect yours. That was all. The shock of mercy the galaxy struggled to understand. No demands, no punishment, no occupation. The empire's worlds were untouched. Their cities still stood, their people lived, only their weapons were gone. One alien leader whispered, they defeated us and let us live. Another answered, because they never wanted us dead. The empire's remains without the emperor, the galaxy empire collapsed inward. Old rivals broke free. Subject species declared independence. The great machine of conquest fell apart, and humanity did nothing. They did not interfere, they did not guide, they watched. Why humanity stopped in the human command center, a new officer asked, sir, why not finish them? They will hate us. The admiral replied calmly, because fear creates enemies. We don't need enemies, he paused. We needed boundaries. A lesson from Earth. Human history was filled with empires. Everyone believed it would last forever. Everyone fell. Humanity learned the cost of domination. They learned that winning wars was easy. Living with the results was not. The galaxy begins to change slowly. Alien ships retreated from human borders. Trade routes adjusted. Maps were redrawn. A new rule formed in the galaxy: do not provoke humanity, not because they were cruel, but because they were capable. A private moment. The admiral stood alone, watching Earth from orbit, blue, fragile, alive. A voice spoke behind him. We showed them too much. An officer said. The admiral shook his head. No, he replied, we showed them just enough. A question asked across the stars. Alien scholars debated. How did humans become this powerful? They searched records. Humanity had no ancient empire, no god kings, no galaxy-wide rule, just survival, adaptation, patience. Humanity's true strength. Humans were not the strongest species, not the fastest, not the oldest, but they learned. They remembered mistakes. They prepared quietly. They planned for failure, and that made them dangerous. A visitor from the galaxy. Months later, a small alien delegation arrived near human space. They requested permission to speak. The human response was slow, careful. Finally, permission was granted. A simple meeting. No weapons, no threats. The alien leader bowed. "We do not come as enemies," they said. "We come to understand." The human representative nodded. "Then speak." The honest answer. The alien asked the question many feared. "Why did you not destroy us?" The human answered simply, "Because we know what fear does. It makes people blind. We didn't want a blind galaxy." A new balance. After that meeting, others followed, slowly, carefully. The galaxy did not unite, but it stabilized. Humanity remained distant, watching, ready. Earth moves forward. Human fleets returned to silence, hidden again, waiting again. Humanity did not expand. They improved. Technology advanced. Defense systems evolved. Preparation never stopped. The final thought. Far away, an alien historian wrote, "The galaxy believed humanity did not care about war. The truth was worse. Humanity cared enough to prepare and wise enough not to rule." Final scene. Humanity hardly cares on Earth. A news screen played quietly. A small headline appeared, "Galaxy situation stable." A man glanced at it while drinking coffee. He nodded. "Good," he said, and went on with his day. Final line. Perfect. HFY ending. The galaxy learned that day. Humanity did not ignore war. Humanity outgrew it.